What is going on? You are listening to episode 222 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, player 280. What's up, dude?
What is going on? And what is up, NPC fam? It is your boy, Hey Zero, your hero.
He is back. He's back.
What was it? 3 weeks off? 4 weeks off?
Something like that. Too long. Guys, the music you heard just now was from On Being Human. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube. I just tuned into one of their live podcasts on YouTube, and those guys, it never fails. Every time they have a podcast, somebody's eating the loudest, crunchiest chips every single show. So, you know, if you want some ASMR mixed with your podcast, check out On Being Human. All right, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast, and if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, head on over to audibletrial.com/NPC. Pick up any book you want. If you want to head on over to Audible and get Another Castle, go to n64josh.com/audible. There's where you'll find my book. Guys, the chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat. Go to n64josh.com/OP Seat to automatically save $10 at checkout. And they got new styles of chairs, and they look sweet. Their new logo looks really, really clean, so make sure to check that out. n64josh.com/OP Seat. If you'd like to get the paperback version of Another Castle, go to n64josh.com/Another Castle. It'll take you right to the Amazon link. With that, we're going to get to the announcements.
Hey, listen!
Guys, I have a couple new projects in the works. Super Mario Maker podcast is going. Animal Crossing podcast is kind of on a little bit of a hiatus. We're just kind of waiting for a little more info about the game before we really kick it off. So I think we're going to switch to like once a month for right now on that one. And then I'm part of another show called We Just Met with my new friend Caitlin Burt, and that you can find on her YouTube channel. We've done 2 episodes, one talking about just dealing with trolls and whatnot on Twitch, the second one being about content creation and mental health. And
can I stop you and talk about this with everybody?
Please.
That show, if you're a content creator, if you're a human being, if you're someone who consumes content, you should give it a listen. They're talking about stuff that people are afraid to touch on, maybe embarrassed to bring up, and it's all stuff that's real, and we need to get the stigma around mental health to go away. Like, you're not weak if you feel bad. You're not weak if you cry. You know, my dog just passed. I spent days crying. I'm not weak for it. That's human nature. You know, that's emotion. So
for sure,
what you guys are doing is amazing. Everyone should go check it out.
It's on her YouTube channel, guys. If you look up Caitlin Burt, or just you could also probably just on YouTube just type in We Just Met and then my name, N64 Josh, and GI Jello from chat is saying the depression episode was so good. That just came out last night. So and it's, I mean, I feel like I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with this stuff and just be like, here's how it is for me, right? It's not like I'm saying this is going to fix everything for everybody, but if you've dealt with depression, you've struggled with it, you've delved into content creation and maybe walked away because you got frustrated, or you didn't like what it was doing to you mentally, maybe you can get back into it by approaching it differently. So I don't know. Yeah. It's about an hour and a half long of us talking about it and just kind of trying to get real with this. So
yeah, I think there's no silver bullet with this stuff. So the more people who are willing to be vulnerable and put themselves out there, I think the better we will be moving forward.
Yeah, and I will throw a link to it in the show notes here as well if you guys want to be able to check it out. The show notes will be available at n64josh.com/NPC222. The other thing is, guys, I still haven't built this because I'm just doing too many other things, but n64josh.com/connect will happen this week. I will make sure by the 4th of July, that page will be up. So you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Farmers Only, all the places, and I don't have to say it anymore on the podcast. So that's the idea. So there you go. That's the announcements. We're going to just jump right to the news because we're going to be talking about Mario Maker as our main talking point. So here we go. I do have to point out from chat, Heads Down says, I was never depressed, but I was locked into a self-perpetuating salt spiral.
Hey, that'll get you. That'll get you. You know, it builds. The salt builds.
Angelo, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. So, Switch Mini, I don't even want to say the words again. It's been 3 episodes in a row. Nightcrawler was in chat. He's like, don't talk about the Switch Mini. But there is another piece of news that just dropped like less than 2 hours ago. More evidence of a rumored Switch Mini surfaces via accessory maker Big Ben, and it is a silicone glove, and it says on the box Mini Switch 2.
Oh.
Mini Switch 2. Okay, here's where I'm confused, and this is why I wanted to bring this up. This box it has a picture on it that showcases the Switch Mini, of course, and how this glove is going to go over this Switch Mini and how the Switch Mini looks. Okay, here's what's confusing. The actual glove itself has a circle for the analog stick and a circle for what I assume is the D-pad.
Right.
The render that is on the box shows 4 buttons for a D-pad, not an actual D-pad, and not a circle.
Got it.
So, what is happening here? What is happening here? Like, they can't actually put 4 buttons and not a D-pad, right? I mean, this isn't gonna happen. Tell me it's not gonna happen.
Man, you know, who knows, right? Like, they still haven't made a Joy-Con that has a proper D-pad themselves. So, would you be surprised, honestly, at this point? Like, I could see it happening, but it kind of looks like a D-pad is coming based on the not the box art, but the actual skin itself. You would think that's going to be a D-pad there, otherwise it'd have the little 4 button cutout rather than the circle. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, at this point it's all but confirmed that Switch Mini is coming, right? Like, there's too much evidence in the wild that Nintendo at least has come up with the Switch Mini concept. Right. Maybe they scrap it last minute, but that thing exists. Yeah, right? Like, no way. We have to all agree it exists at this point.
Yeah.
Does it dock still? All that's to be determined. But I mean, we know Nintendo they love doing stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And even naming it Switch Mini 2 is totally Nintendo, because naming stuff is not their strong suit. So I could totally see them confusing everyone and being like, they're making a new Switch, and it's like, well, kind of, it's a Switch Mini 2. Yeah.
The Switch U2. What is that?
Exactly. Throw a super in there and you're good to go.
Yeah, the new Switch U2. There you go. We gotta get it. U Switch. That's down says U Switch instead of, because I mean it makes sense, right? It's for you instead of for.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So where are you at? Are you gonna pick one of these things up when they finally announce it?
No. Okay, I can't say no because we don't know anything about it yet. If the battery life is better and they pump more power out of this thing and it has an OLED screen, yeah, I'll pick it up. If it's just a slimmed down version that costs a little less money, then no, I don't really see value in that for me.
Got it.
But I mean, it depends. I'm not in the market for a new Switch, but if they throw an OLED screen on that thing, like, I'm all on board. Like, I've seen some clips people have shown just from the PS Vita sitting next to a Switch, the OLED versus the Switch's regular LCD.
Mm-hmm.
It's remarkable how much better an OLED screen is.
Yeah, I wonder if the cost of those screens is low enough now that they could still get this thing to come in at a $149.99 or $169.99 or even $199 price point. That's what I wonder about. So, okay, that's it. No more talk. about the
Until next
Switch-
week when something new drops, right?
Until next week when it's announced, right? Next week it'll finally be here. So crazy, so crazy. We've got to have a direct, within the next. I would assume within the next month or so, and I would imagine that would be where this would get. But who knows? The new 2DS was like a YouTube video with a tweet, So it was like, the internet will take care of this. The internet will take care of it. The only thing that still bothers me, I mentioned it too, is like, why are the sticks offset like the way they are on this when it's the Joy-Cons aren't being switched? I think they should both be at the top. It'd be the most comfortable. But who knows with this thing being so small? If it's smaller than the Joy-Con, maybe it's not going to be an issue. But you're still reaching over that stick to hit buttons, so it just seems like the better play would have been to, unless there's going to be a line of games coming out that you two people hold the Switch and play like air hockey or something.
That's about all. Maybe chess, checkers. Like, what else could you play in that arrangement? Stratego. Remember Stratego?
Hands down's like offset, so two people can hold the Switch from you.
That means no D-pad confirmed. Josh just confirmed it. No D-pad.
So there you go. All right. That's it. No more talk of the Switch Mini. We're done. Let's get into Tetris 99, 5th Maximum Cup Splatfest edition.
Oh.
If you get 100 points, if you get 100 points, you unlock a Splatoon theme.
Wow.
For Tetris 99. Did you do this for a Game Boy one?
No, I haven't played Tetris 99 since a little bit after launch. I'm terrible at it. Tetris is no longer for me, and it's only gotten worse now that there's 98 other players I have to try to focus on.
Got it.
Or 99, I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah, it's cool that it's there. It's cool that it's included with the membership cost, which is a pretty low cost in reality, especially if you picked it up with Mario Maker or Prime or however you get your Nintendo Online subscription. It's cool that they're doing that. It's cool they're looking into others, but yeah, man, I'm terrible at Tetris these days.
It's too bad. Just
well, terrible.
So I enjoy playing on that Game Boy theme. It really takes you back. The sound effects, the look, everything. Like I was like, I can't miss this one. I think the themes are kind of cool. I probably will play it. It's starting the 12th and goes till the 15th. You just have to earn 100 points. So you might have to play 100 games if you can only get 1 point a game, but still possible. Still doable. And it's to celebrate the final Splatfest. Are you going to fire up Splatoon for the final Splatfest starting on the, I believe it is starting on the 18th? I don't have it right in front of me right now. But I believe that is.
I mean, it's the final one. Maybe I can try to make time for it. But that's another game. I mean, I'm so far removed from it. I'm just horrible, but that's okay. I can help tank a team or something. You guys let me know who I should tank, and I will choose that side.
There you go. Okay. I think it's Order or Chaos are the last final choices.
I mean, the logical choice is Chaos, right?
I would agree. So there you go. That's gonna be taking place. I believe you can go and pick your side right now if you want to be able to be scrubbing your gear, getting the goods, right? Getting your chunks. So there you go. Lastly, I pre-ordered Dr. Mario World. I don't know why they say that, but that's what I did on my iOS device.
Yeah, I did the same. Does that mean it's gonna automatically download, or do I have to do anything?
I would assume. I thought it was actually going to start downloading immediately and then put an icon, and then it would just unlock once the game was released. But that was not the case. So.
Yeah, I thought the same. I'm not a huge game on my phone kind of guy, but I still have Mario Run on there. I'll play Dr. Mario World for a little bit. I'll give it a shot. It's mostly free unless I really love it and want to increase my playtime. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, Crawler says it does auto download on the 10th. So there you go.
Cool.
The thing is like, it's. I wonder if there's going to be just a regular Dr. Mario mode, you know, like at all. Like, are we going to get just a classic Dr. Mario at all, or is it going to be? It
didn't look like it.
It really didn't. It really didn't.
I mean, yeah, it didn't look like it at all. I mean, the way they had you playing it, kind of. It looks kind of fun and easily digestible. So, hey, so Cryptic saying I'll play Dr. Mario but won't go play Tetris. This Dr. Mario looks so much easier than any version of Tetris. And not that Tetris by yourself is hard, but Tetris gets crazy when people are throwing bombs at you and doing other stupid stuff, okay? That's all I'm saying.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, that's gonna do it for the news. I do want to know real quick. Did you pick up Bloodstain?
Not yet. I saw the reviews. I was waiting to see if the patches fixed some of the complaints. But you tell me, are they overblown? Have you played it?
I haven't played it, but I saw Nintendo Life's review said like it is a a tribute, like something along the lines of it's like a tribute to Castlevania, and it's like just an absolute mess on the Switch. So
yeah, I've heard that too. But I mean, and Crawler says it's a little muddy. I can deal with muddy. Is it?
He says it plays pretty
bad
good.
frame rate? Like what? I've seen that, you know, obviously it doesn't have the same textures and detail as PS4. Okay, that's fine, but people are really digging on it. So I'm curious how bad it really is.
Yeah, he says he hasn't put much time into it. So quick shout out to David. Hey, thanks for listening to that new show. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So, okay, well, with that, I think we are going to move on over to our main talking point.
Here we go!
All right. So, Super Mario Maker 2 so far. And real quick, guys, if you are live with us in chat, Cybers right there is the host of We Just Met. So make sure to give her a follow right there. So, is this your first Mario Maker? You didn't play the first one?
I didn't get to play the first one. No.
So, how are you liking it?
I
mean, look, this was the game you called for. Like,
yeah.
The year 2 from E3, you're like, it's coming. I can feel it. It's coming.
Well, I feel like, I mean, it was a no-brainer, right? Like, they had to do it. But I also want to point out that I called Breath of the Wild 2 before E3. You know, we're not bringing that up.
We didn't even really get to even talk anything because of the tragedy. Yeah. So this is...
I know.
Wow.
I mean, I was spot on there. But anyways, neither here nor there. So I almost picked up a Wii U again. I had a Wii U, sold it. I almost picked it up again for Mario Maker, but I just like, I can't. I just don't know if I'll play it enough, so I didn't. But that was one I always wanted to play. You know, I'd watch you stream it and others, and I'm just like, man, this game looks so good. Mm-hmm. So I finally get my hands on it. This is the best 2D Mario I've ever played.
Oh,
period.
Wow.
I mean, the level designs, the controls, I feel like Mario is more precise than he's ever been. Mm-hmm. You know, I complained a little bit about New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, ABCDFG, because he felt so floaty. Like I kept joking that Mario's feet has grease on them because that's how it felt to me.
Yeah.
Man, these are precise controls. If something goes wrong, I know it's because of me, not because of, you know, weird controls. It's not squishy at all, and I love it.
It's good. That's good. What are you thinking of the 3D style, the 3D world style? You liking that?
Yeah. I think, you know, it all fits. It creates different dynamics. It's fun to see how different levels are based on, you know, whether they're style in 1, Super Mario World, Mario 3, you know, 3D World. It's nice to get the changes, and you have to tackle levels differently, right? You know, there's no ground pound in 1. There's no spin jump in, you know, those old school levels. So it definitely changes the way you tackle a level. And it's fun because you look at these levels and they're more like a puzzle. It's not so much I'm just beating a level. I'm trying to figure out this puzzle. How do I get from point A to point B? And it's a blast. Story mode is great. I don't care that I'm not saving the princess. The level design is so good. That'll probably be the first story in many, many years that I'm going to 100%.
Yeah. Yes. So, and that, just to be clear, that's the main thing you've done so far, right? Is played through the story mode.
Yeah, I did go on Course World, just check it out, and I did do some build, just check it out as well, just so I could speak to it. But I beat the main story by finishing your task you're supposed to do, but I still have probably 30 levels I need to complete.
I'm probably sitting around the same myself.
Okay. Yeah, I did all the side missions that don't count towards Toad's level count, all those one-offs to unlock shirts and parts and all that stuff.
Got it. Crawler says 120 total levels. So
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not entirely sure where I'm at. The castle's complete, but I think it's worth noting. That those 120 levels are probably going to be some of the best levels that we're ever going to play in that game, because as we are trying to do the different endless modes and things like that, like there's gonna be a lot of stuff we have to weed through. And right. So I'm on cloud 9 right now with this game, because I've pretty much just done the story. I did jump in, and some of you guys know I created some guides ahead of time using Mario Maker 1, and kind of took a little bit of a gamble, and some of the stuff, the mechanics are a little bit different. So I've had to go through and update my guides. And the one thing I've yet to be able to pull off is the mid-air shell jump. So if anybody's done that, please tweet at me, because I'm just curious how to do it exactly. So Crawler's saying Endless isn't as fun as 100 Mario Challenge. When I did play Endless and I didn't have 100 lives, I was kind of like, man, that's too bad, because that was pretty fun. It gave you you just felt like you had a better chance of going a lot further. So
got it.
But I mean, we'll be able to. I think you earn lives as you're going, so that helps. I don't think you're capped out like you are with. I don't think you can go above 100. So I've only just ever so slightly scratched the surface with that. The story mode has been great, absolutely fantastic. I did the very last mission or whatever, where you play as Mario in the builder suit and throwing the hammer and stuff. Like, you're not throwing it, and I loved that. Like, I was saying that from the get-go. I'm like, can we just play a level with him in this, and so that was really cool, seeing that. So but then the other thing that was just that it just kept me going. Like, I didn't think I would finish this, and I can't wait to finish it. Yeah. Like, I can't wait to see all the levels. So they've just been so good. Some are like, here's the thing that I want people to take away the most from the story mode is use it for inspiration for the levels that you create. Right? Like,
yeah, because everything they create in there, we could theoretically create if we had the imagination.
Yeah, exactly. And so I did get into creating a little bit, and at first it did feel a little clunky, and I kind of missed the stylus for a second. But then once I learned, like, there's so many shortcuts for things that I was kind of like, this is way more intuitive than I thought. Like, some of the reviews and stuff, so they really didn't care for it. I think maybe because I only made about 5 stages total with the stylus. Jumping in with the controller, I was like, this feels pretty good.
So the first thing I did was I went through the tutorial and tried to start creating with the controller. Takes a little bit of learning curve, but then after a little while, you're like, okay, I got this, right? You figure out some of the shortcuts, you figure out how to move things around. So then I tried it as a touchscreen. I don't like it. I much prefer using controller over the touchscreen now, and maybe that's for the same reason, because I didn't build 6,000 levels with touchscreen like some of the more dedicated people had previously. But man, the controller, it just works very well. Like it, and then it seamlessly jumps to playing. I don't have to change my configuration if I want to test something really quick. Like it's just very, very quick for me. So.
David T87 says the stylus is great. Go Australia. Thanks,
Yeah,
Mr. Salt in the Wound.
That's neat.
Appreciate it.
That's real neat.
I happen to score a couple hard hats, you know, so that's.
Take that, Australia.
I got a Mario and Luigi hard hat. I went looking for the lunchbox today, but Target was sold out. So.
Yeah, you missed out on that one. You had to get that days ago.
I guess. Well, you never
days
know.
ago.
You never know with my Target. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I did mess around with Create. I don't have anything worth sharing yet, but just quickly, like I meant to spend maybe 5-10 minutes in it, and quickly I'm 45 minutes into it, and I started with one of those templates, I guess you'd call them. You go into Create and it has that template there for you,
right?
So I started messing with that and modifying it, and I mean, just by modifying that, you can make a fun little tricky level. You don't have to completely blow that up and start brand new until you get comfortable,
right?
Use that as a guide, start creating off of that, changing that, and then maybe create your own stuff, so it's not as daunting, I guess.
I agree. That's the thing. Like, I've had so many different people say different things about creative mode. Like, oh, I'm not creative, or oh, I'm actually it's too intimidating, And I see, you look at all the parts and it's like, oh, this is kind of overwhelming. But I mean, really, you just got to break it down. Like, throw your ground pieces in. What's your theme, and just go from there. Like, there's, as long as you can complete the level, and there's some maybe a little challenge along the way, or something kind of cool with the enemies, or good use of a Starman to, like, take out a bunch of enemies, something like that, run across spikes, whatever, something that's just a little bit fun to pull off, that's not the everyday Mario. But even think back, like, to Mario 3, like, I always just think back to that first level, and like the way the coins directed you, and like there's so many design tips right in that first Mario 3 level that, like, okay, I can fly up to the top, there's a little secret pathway up here, there's a pipe up top that I can go into, like sometimes they were fun to explore, and so it's like, kind of let your imagination go a little bit, and like, oh man, maybe I will put a pipe that's kind of hidden over here, or maybe I will, like, one of the levels I did today, there was a big coin, and then you had to get to the, like, almost to the end, and then jump back up and go along the route, like go along the top of the level where you couldn't really see.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean, right? Like totally classic. And so, I think if people could think back on some of the most fun they had in Mario games, like, yeah, remember how you had, like, in 1-2 of Super Mario Brothers, and you finally got up top, like, you finally figured out that if you stayed big, you could break some bricks and then get up top and just run past everything, and that was super fun because you were just like, haha, you guys can't get me, And so, but you missed out on stuff. You missed out on going down the pipes. You missed out on the extra life that was there, things like that. So, I'm loving, like I said, loving the story mode. Those levels have been just a blast and so inspirational. So, and I like to see, like, Nintendo tweeted out today, like, 5 tips for creating levels, so nice. Things like that are, like, I feel like they're getting behind this game, right? They're sticking with it, and stuff like that is going to help the community overall just create things that are going to be fun to play and have some lasting appeal. So, one of the things that I have not done, I have not played the online yet. I have not played Versus, but I have not heard anything good either.
Oh.
So, and I haven't even heard that much good about the couch co-op, because I guess it's a little bit tricky to even figure out how to make it work. Apparently, that's what I heard from my my chat. So,
Got it.
but that was just one person. But then I saw like somebody else had an article of how to set up couch co-op. I'm like, man, is it that like if
You
they're
need
writing
an article?
if they're writing an article just for that may
What
be a
happened to
sign,
the
so.
Nintendo good old days? Plug in controller, select player 2, and you're good to go.
Right, yeah,
you know?
jump in, jump out, that kind of thing. So, Crawler is saying Versus is bad, all caps, bad, bad, bad. So,
I'm hoping they tune some of that in. But I mean, honestly, that sucks that it's bad. That's not why I wanted this game. So it really doesn't kill it for me. I'm sorry for you if you really loved that and you're missing out on that, you or anyone else listening. But that's not what I wanted out of this game. So I'm okay with it. I hope they fix it, but you know, hey, it's I've got infinite Mario to play. I'm just happy.
yeah, no, that is good. And Cryptic saying Versus is bad because it just grabs any level, and some don't work for Versus. So
That's a strange choice.
yeah, I feel like there needs to be something implemented that is like, hey, this is well, I don't know necessarily. Because some levels are like co-op almost, right? Where like if you have switches tied to them and things like that, like that could get pretty tricky, I would think. So,
and maybe they just don't have enough versus levels built, so they didn't want to set up when you're playing 2 players or multiple players that it looks for the tagging, because maybe there's just not enough content out there yet. Maybe that'll change down the road. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't. Some of those levels, you know, the speedrun levels don't really lend themselves to multiple people on there.
yeah, or even some of the levels where like the you know, like don't touch the ground, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we got to talk about these. Have you done the level yet where you're swimming the entire time and you can't leave the water and there's Kamek? Okay,
Yeah.
so I make it to the flag, like to the top of the flag. There's gonna be a clip on my Instagram, guys.
You jumped for the flag, didn't you?
No. Yes, I did. I jumped out of the water at the very top to get the top of the flag, and I failed. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's do it a second time. I get all the way to the flag, and Kamek turns it into a Koopa, and I was like,
yeah,
what is happening? And in my confusion, I jumped out of the water. Right as I do, the flag reappears. I'm
so
like,
you didn't get Koopa the first time?
no.
Oh wow, yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out what the heck happened to the flag. I thought they got rid of it because I failed at some point in the level. I'm like, man, you know, and I started over because I was annoyed. But you know, eventually I dialed in, I figured it out.
Yeah, I literally, like, my chat was losing it because like I was losing it. I'm like, are you serious? Where did the flag go? And so yeah, it took me way too long to get through that level. We were having a good time with it, but yeah, just like really cool, right? Like even Cryptic's like, that's so cool. Like I didn't expect that. Like there could be some crazy things, like some crazy like luck that takes place with Kamek at the end of stages and things like that, you know. And so man, it's just there are so many tools at our disposal to create some really, really cool things, and I hope we see that. So one of the things I want to point you guys to is I do have a couple guides for Mario Maker 2 on n64josh.com. They are updated, like I said. Grand Pooh Bear is one of the best Mario Maker players. He's a speedrunner. They've got the Warp World podcast. They've created the bot that you can use for adding levels just in Twitch chat. Like, very prominent in the Mario Maker community. He's already gotten a great video showcasing some of the Kaizo tricks on how to do the different jumps and things like that. And so if anybody's looking for that right now, because like I'm like, cool, I'm gonna put out some stuff, like, but I have to learn this stuff myself. There's some of it I can't pull off quite yet. And so he's the last trick he does is like the double shell jump, where you kick one shell into the wall, catch the other one. Well, so you kick one up, kick one into the wall, jump on it, catch the other one, kick it into the wall, and jump on it, and get out of the get to the next point. So
it's brutal.
So if you're looking for stuff, I want to point people in that right direction. Look up Grand Pooh Bear. He's got that video on YouTube. He streams on Twitch. And there's really just real quick, like the Dragon Feeny, amazing to watch on Twitch. Super positive and happy community, like really a good time. Cliffy, he's been on the show before. Really a good dude, and loves Super Mario Maker. Way back when, Grand Keys joined us for an episode. I don't know if he's going to be coming back. He's taking a break from Twitch, but he might even be back. So there's a very active Twitch community of with Mario Maker, and especially now with Mario Maker 2, that I want to encourage you guys, go check it out. Like if you're not familiar with Twitch, you haven't used it much, but you want to get involved and like have your levels played on stream and things like that, get on Twitch. It's a really fun way. Like that's one of the things we're gonna do now that once the story missions are done for me, then it's going to be endless runs, user levels, and then creating levels with the community that we can submit, and going through like I want to kind of explain my process and things like that. And as we get better and whatnot, like there's just gonna be so much to do in this game for such a long time. And so
it's a blast.
Yeah. And if you've never got on Twitch before, you just haven't, like, I want to encourage you, just check it out, get involved in the community. It can be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you want to watch me die a lot, then definitely come check out one of my streams. So
yeah, I've seen some of the clips that Pudding has thrown out there for your deaths. They're pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that in the old Discord there.
Can we touch on controllers?
Let's do it.
I was surprised.
Okay.
So far, of the 3 controllers I've used, the Pro controller without the fix, the just Joy-Cons attached to the screen and handheld, and the SN30 Pro by 8-Bit Dough. All 3 of them are fantastic. Okay. I am shocked to say that, because you've heard me give a lot of grief over the Pro controller.
Yep.
But I haven't had any issues. I feel like they changed the sensitivity of the Pro controller to eliminate misinputs just for this game or something, because I haven't had any. Whereas with Celeste, maybe because Celeste was more I guess all directions opposed to up, down, left, right, because there were times where you'd have to do side jumps and
right.
I don't know. In any case, I'm surprised at how good this plays on all configurations. Even the split D-pad, which I hate, it does hurt my thumb after a while. I get a lot of thumb fatigue playing that way. I was playing in bed last night, and I'm like, my thumb hurts. I gotta quit. It's totally playable.
That's good to know. See, I modded my Pro controller.
Right.
I put the tape on it. So, and I've had 0 issues. I love playing with it. Now, I played with the SN30. I played with the SN30 Pro. Right. I have yet to plug in the Wii U controller, but that would also work. I'm probably going to do most of that this weekend. I played for a while with the SNES Classic controller in the G-Bros adapter, and didn't mind that. The thing is, I like the extra grip on the Pro controller.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
You just don't get that, like, your hands just stay more comfortable.
The SN30 Pro, great controller, especially when you're playing any of these side-scrolling retro games. Really good as a backup Pro controller if you have buddies coming over or something. But I do get hand fatigue. You play with that for a while because it's small and the weird shape. The Super Nintendo shape, which was great at the time. We've progressed since then. Our hands aren't as good at taking the punishment anymore as they used to be. So I get a lot of hand fatigue from playing with those. So
chat's asking, does the 8-Bit Dough work well with Mario U or 3D World when you have more mechanics? Well, like the SN30 Pro, you have all 4 triggers, and then the SN30 is just a Super Nintendo controller, so you still have your triggers there. So I believe you can do everything you need to. I did play with the NES Classic, like the Nintendo
SNES Classic?
No, the the Nintendo Joy-Cons, right? The NES Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
But you have to go into your settings and change your buttons, because when I did it, I started playing and I went to shoot the fireball out of my clown car and I jumped out, and I was like, what? The buttons are mixed up. So then I did the other button and I jumped out again. I was like, oh, they're both set to jump. So you can go in and change them, but the other thing is there is actually triggers on, or shoulder buttons on those. You can put the little wrist strap on if you want to, if you're so it is possible to play with that. I mean, it really
Sounds
is
like the best way to play.
It is the most glorious D-pad, right? So
yeah, that's true.
But if you're playing a lot of Super
true.
Mario 3 and a regular Super Mario like levels, it is the way to go, I think, for a while. Again, it's that hand fatigue from like holding. Once you've held the Pro Controller and everything. I'm loving my mod. It took me 10 minutes to do it. There's lots of YouTube videos. I still want to try to get something out to show you guys how to do it.
So I saw you did it, and it inspired me to do it. And I was like, okay, I will get to it, but I didn't have time yet. But I don't know if I need to for this game now, because like I said, it's working flawlessly. And anyone, hit us up and let us know how you're thinking the Pro Controller works for you, because in previous games I've had misinputs, slightly annoying. I'm not getting that anymore, and I'm pretty pleased with it.
It's interesting because I'm curious, like, what does it do? Like, because it still has the misinputs on Tetris and things like that. So I am wondering, like, what did they do? Did they do something? Like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm so bad at the game that I don't notice the misinputs. Is that possible? I'm so terrible.
I got my Smash Pro and my the Xenoblade.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I can still try those ones and see what happens, if it's still an issue or not. But overall, I mean, like these controller alternatives, they work pretty well. Like I'm pretty pleased. Like I didn't think. I mean, look, you know how hard it was to sell me on this 8BitDo stuff. Like I just was like, it's not Nintendo. It's not it's not for me. They're quality products. The one thing I noticed is the D-pads are thicker than like the SNES Classic controller. It's just, I mean, it's minute, but if you go from that to the other one, you will notice the difference. The D-pad on the SNES Classic controller really is kind of the superior D-pad in my opinion. And so.
Yeah, makes sense.
But overall, as far as the SN30 Pro, my preference, I don't like having my thumbs hit the sticks. My thumbs do kind of hit the sticks based on where I put them. It just rubs against the side. It's not that big a deal, but I just don't care.
Yeah.
So.
And obviously your hands are going to change, person to person, depending on your thumbs. You may or may not have that issue. Personally, I don't have it, but my hands do cramp after a while, because you're hunched over a small device, and it does wear on you. So
it does. It does. Cryptic says we all know the best way to play is going to be the Switch Mini. So thanks for bringing the Switch Mini back up again.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was shocked that I enjoyed playing with the D-pad in the handheld configuration, because normally I hate that thing, but it was working just fine for me. The only issue I had again was, my pinky started hurting after a while, because that's how I'm cradling the Switch.
Oh, sure.
And your hand's a little cramped on there, but man, playing in bed, how can you beat that? Just throwing up level after level playing in bed, like, what a glorious time to be alive. I have complaints though. Can we get to the complaints?
Do it.
They're funny. I don't ever want to be called Big Red ever again.
Oh, I love it.
I don't love that. Couldn't they have switched the names around? Like, no one's ever gonna call someone Big Red every single time. Like, call him Chief, call him Big Red, call him Champ, call him, mix it up, but Big Red every time? Come on. And number 2 complaint, Luigi's my boy, and they made me hate him.
Oh no.
They made me hate him. I hate seeing his stupid face every time I die 2 times in a row. Let me turn it off.
Yeah, that's what Jay Harley was saying in chat earlier. He's like, "Can we just have a no? I don't want this unless I turn it back on in the settings." Like,
yeah, no kidding. Like, I never want your help, Luigi. Like, get out of here. I never want to see you again. Ugh.
Oh, poor Luigi. It's
You
like that
belong
gif
in
of
a
Mario
mansion.
smacking him in the back of the head.
No, I mean those are silly things. Obviously, they're not a big deal, but man, that I'm loving the game. Like, it's a blue shell. If we're bringing back the shell rating, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 5 thumbs up. Whatever junk you want to throw at it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. I think it's fantastic. If you're a Switch owner, it's a must own for you. Like, there's no question about it. Even if you're not huge on Mario games or platformers, I still think it's a must own for you, because there's easy levels, there's somewhat challenging levels. Some of the 5-star levels I find easier than the 2-star levels, which is neither here nor there, but I think it's a must grab for everybody. And if you don't own a Switch, man, you really should think about jumping over and taking the plunge, because one, you're already listening to this show, so you're interested a little bit, and two, like, there's so many good games, and now Mario Maker 2, Endless Mario, come on.
Yeah. So I have a vlog. I don't know if I uploaded this vlog. It'll go up tonight. But when I got my game, it was interesting. So I didn't realize GameStop was the only one doing like a midnight thing, right, or 9 p.m. because I'm West Coast, and so Cryptic says if you don't own a Switch, remember the Switch Mini is on the way. So just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's true.
So we pulled in about 8 o'clock, and I was like, "Hey, are you guys doing midnight?" They're like, "Well, yeah, 9." I'm like, "Okay." So I said, "Okay, I'll be." I forgot my wallet, so we pre-ordered it real quick, and then I boogied home and got my wallet and came back. And I walk in now.
How did you pre-order it without your wallet?
Well, I had my wife with me, so she had her wallet. She did the $5, and then we.
Got it. Okay.
But they just wanted you to have it pre-ordered because they don't like.
Yeah.
So. So, little backstory. You guys have heard me tell this. When the SNES Classic came out, I walked in and I was like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my SNES Classic," and I heard him just say, "That was our last SNES Classic." Right, I heard that as I walked in, and I was like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my pre-order of the SNES Classic," and like this look of like absolute just terror fell upon his face, and I don't break my smile, like I don't smile, I just keep it going, and he's like frantically typing like on the keyboard, like extremely hard, like trying to figure out like, can I get one shipped here? What is like I can't. And I was like, "Oh, bro, I'm just messing with you." He was like, "Oh my gosh, I hate you!" Like he was so upset. So I walk in. Now he's cool. Like and we've always just had some fun banter. He's hooking me up with all the posters. So like the big Mario Maker poster that's gonna be behind me here in like just a couple days, as soon as the next set of promotional material comes out. And so super cool. He says, "I have something for you," even though I don't know why. I walk in, he hands me the 2 hard hats, right? Because they were for employees only. So that was cool. But 9 o'clock hits, and he checks the first guy out, and then checks me out. He goes, "Here's your game." I said, "That's not my game." He's like, No, this is your game." I said, "No, that's not my game." He's like, "This is your game." Like he thinks I'm messing with him because I messed with him before. I was like, "Steven, that's the game that has the online. I only paid for the regular version." And he goes, "Oh no, that's what I gave the other guy." He took off running.
Oh no.
So he chased the other guy down, had him come back in the store, swapped out the games, and was like, when I left, I think he said, "I think we're friends now." So after that,
you made up for it.
I think I made up for it. But it was pretty funny because he was just like, "This is your game. Quit messing with me." And I'm like, "You see that red line at the bottom? That clearly states it's not my game because it ain't the one I paid for, Chief."
So I have a complaint about that, because I foolishly did buy that one. I pre-ordered the wrong one on Amazon a while back, and I was like, I'll just keep it, whatever. An extra year of Nintendo Online, like it should stack, whatever, right? It's not a sticker. That's printed into the box art.
Right.
What idiot decided that was the best way to do that. Like, whose idea was that?
You feel like it ruined your box art, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It 100% ruined my box art. And if I ever sell that version, it most certainly doesn't come with Nintendo Switch Online. Like, what a stupid idea. Like, why was that not a sticker?
Or at least just put it on the back, you know? Just put it on the back.
Yeah, or just put it on the wrap outside the box. Like, don't print it into the material. That doesn't even make sense. And it can't even have made good business sense because they had to print 2 different versions of the cover art now instead of just doing a sticker or something.
Right.
So that was not a win for me. I regret not getting it digital because the game is so good. I want to have it on me at all times.
Yep.
And 2, I foolishly bought the wrong version and I regret it.
Unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. I mean, $10 for Nintendo Switch Online for a year. That's a pretty good deal. All in all, I can't complain about that.
Did you do the Twitch Prime stuff too? I mean, so you're already set at like 3 years now?
No, yeah, I'm gonna have Nintendo Switch Online for the life of the Switch at this point.
Yeah. So that's all great.
Yeah, that was a great deal. Can't complain. I have no problem throwing a little bit of money at the Switch Online, even though they're giving away with Prime. I don't know how much money they're getting from that. I have no problem with that if that helps move things along. I just wish they wouldn't have printed that into my box art.
I hear it.
Terrible idea.
Nimbosock says, at Nightcrawler, I heard the Switch Mini is going to have blast processing.
Why not? Why not?
Sonic Mania will run better on that on the Switch Mini. So there you go. All right, let's wrap this thing up. All right, Eric, where can people find you?
You will find me on the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord, I believe, right?
Yep,
is that the right?
it.
Is that right
That's
link?
It.
Come join the community. There's a ton of great people, a ton of people to play with, a ton of user-created levels that are going to be there soon, I'm guessing, because we have a bunch of really cool creative people who are going to do good things. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Mario Maker. I'm going to make a level, I promise, and I'll tweet it out, and you guys can all make fun of it. That's my goal. That's my goal for the next 2 weeks, is to get something out to you guys. So there you go. All
right. Right. Somebody tweeted at me yesterday or today that they hid my name in a level, so I have to make sure. I think I bookmarked the tweet so I wouldn't lose it, because I wanna see this. It sounds pretty cool. So one of the things that I will be doing between this show and the Super Mario Maker podcast is I want to be able to feature your creations, guys. So spend some time, create some things that are awesome, and then when they're submitted, the more that I get to check out, I'm going to hopefully showcase them on YouTube and then have them up on n64josh.com as well, just to kind of, just show you guys off. So I'm still working on the logistics of it, but keep that in the back of your mind, because I want it to be something that's a lot of fun. And Matt Makes Games courses are great. Hit it real quick. Eric, you played it.
Yeah. I played through 3 or 4 of them. Super challenging. I'm kind of frustrated he's not finishing the Celeste DLC, but how awesome that we have a creator like that making levels this quickly in the Switch. They are challenging. Go play them. We'll find a link. We'll throw it in the Discord. I think I already threw it in there this morning. Go look for it.
There you go. Cool. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter at n64josh. I will have n64josh.com/connect up this week. It's just become an ongoing joke at this point, which is kind of funny. I've had people in the Discord, in Twitch chat, like, don't forget, don't forget. So they are saying, please do it again. So we'll try to get a link in the show notes, and we will also get it posted again in Discord. So there you go. Guys, you want to get yourself another castle on Audible, go to n64josh.com/audible. I'll take you right to it. OPC, chair I'm sitting in. n64josh.com/OPC automatically saves you $10 at checkout. I do have a Patreon. If you guys want to help support the content I create, go to patreon.com/n64josh. And throw $1 at it, whatever. You get an extra show each month. I do got the shirts. different merch, n64josh.com/store if you want to check that out. There's going to be some pretty funny shirts on the way for sure, especially with Mario Maker. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Bye now.